But we will start at the Euro Cup. And the group stage has officially been wrapped up. The knockout stage will begin on Saturday. So I just wanted to run through my notes here quickly of what we saw in that last round of games in the third kind of group of games of the group stage. And the first one that really jumped out at me was Russia absolutely collapses. They were in a good spot going into their final match against Denmark, and they fall apart. There's a brutal giveaway that led to a Denmark goal, and Denmark scores another time. They squeak in after they lost their first two games in the group. They only have to win one, and they jump Russia into the number 2 spot just based on goal differential and the result of that match. It's a huge victory for them. A lot of people had them picked as a dark horse coming into the tournament to maybe make a bit of noise. And then, of course, what happened with Christian Eriksen really was a setback for them. But they get this big win. They get to move into the next round. And who knows, maybe this will give them a momentum that they need going forward into the knockout stage. So from Group B, it is Belgium as the number 1 seed and then Denmark going through as the number 2. In Group C, we've got Austria beating Ukraine in that match to grab the 2nd spot. Ukraine actually manages to snag one of those 4 third-place spots, so they're through as well as a 3rd seed. And then the Netherlands dominating Group C will be the top seed going through there. England and Croatia are through from Group D. England had a poor result against Scotland, but then they came out and played very well in their final match against Czech Republic. And then Spain in Group E had 2 very shocking ties, and then they finally managed to get it together, and they absolutely thump Slovakia 5-0 in order to lock up the 2 seed. But Sweden actually beat Poland and finished in the number 1 spot in Group E. So Sweden will have a pretty nice bracket on their side for winning that group. And then finally, I wanted to kind of walk through the wild afternoon that I experienced on Tuesday watching Group F, because it was just 2 thrilling matches. Portugal and France. Portugal came out with that desperation that they know if they lost that game, it actually could be possible that they would finish last in the group or not, or at the very minimum, not have enough points in that 3rd place spot to get through. So they were desperate. They needed at least a tie to get in. And so they came out with desperation. They scored on a Ronaldo penalty. It was a questionable penalty call where the goalkeeper did get ball first and then ran into the opposing striker. But Ronaldo gets actually 2 penalties in this game, one of which in the second half. France was out of this match until the very end of the first half. They get a free kick. Mbappe gets taken down inside the box. Another questionable penalty call. But Benzema puts it away, ties it right before the half. France gets the early one in the second half, and Portugal equalizes. And from there, they kind of just played it out, both content to take the tie, especially with the absolute chaos that was happening in the other game between Hungary and Germany. Hungary was up 1 at half on a great play. Shalai finishing it off. It was a wonderful play from Hungary. And it looked like for a long time in Munich that Germany was about to lose this game and drop out of the group and not make it into the knockout stage, which would have been an unbelievable upset. But Germany fights back, equalizes. Hungary scores again, and then Germany ties it up again late with about 10 minutes to go, and they settle for the draw, and they move on through. So three of the top 3 teams from that group of death actually all end up getting through. Which is probably the best result any of them could hope for in a group that tough. And Hungary sure as heck put up a fight, despite being the clear underdog that everyone had picked to finish last. They gave a couple of those teams a good scare. So shout out to Hungary for their effort. But the knockout stage is set. So Max, I want to run really quick through here. I'm going to just let you pick the knockout stage because I know you've been following very intently.
Yes.
All right, our first match set to go noon Eastern time on Saturday. Wales and Denmark. Nice. Gareth Bale leading the Welsh on. Italy, Austria.
Italy.
All right. Netherlands, Czech Republic.
Netherlands.
Belgium, Portugal. This is the marquee matchup.
Man, what time is that on?
I believe it's on Sunday afternoon. So I'm guessing 3 o'clock on
All
Sunday.
right. Well, I might be watching Belgium win that.
Oh, I think this is the last of this kind of current golden era for the Belgian team. So this is their last opportunity to really make a run here. That'd be a huge game. Croatia, Spain.
Go Croatia.
Nice, nice. I like it. France, Switzerland,
France.
and the other marquee matchup, England, Germany.
Ooh. This is a tough one.
It is.
We've got like I'm still rattled at England here for being in a group that Scotland didn't advance in, but I think I'm closer to England than Germany. So yeah, ultimately that takes it, England.
That'll be a big one for them because if they can get through Germany, their side of the bracket looks a little bit weaker than the other side. And then the final match there is Sweden and Ukraine, the battle of the blue and yellow.
True. Sweden.
All right. So there you have it. Congrats to all those teams to moving on in the knockout stage. Looking forward to the next round.